Today I wanted to talk about ways that you are probably killing your metabolism and you probably don't even know it. So most of these things that I'm going to talk about have one thing in common, and that is cortisol. So if you haven't heard of cortisol, it is a hormone in our bodies that we naturally release that is essential to our bodies to functioning. It is a good hormone until we mistreat it. Cortisol works hand in hand with our thyroid. It is the gas pedal or the brakes for our metabolism. So in this video, I have 5 things that I'm going to address, and they are things that a lot of people do. They're very common, and you just don't know that it's bad for your body. I blame a lot of the reasons that people don't know these is because of the mixed messages that we get on social media and online and everywhere else, but they are detrimental to our health. So the number one thing that I am going to address is fasting. As you know, if you've been following me for a while, I am very much against fad diets, and fasting is one of them. And the thing with fasting is that it's just a quick fix. It is a quick way to get to where you want instead of thinking long-term results. Instead of fasting, we can get the same results that we want over time by simply changing our diet and incorporating movement into our daily life. So along with fasting, what happens is most people skip breakfast, and I myself am guilty of this. I used to not eat breakfast. I just wasn't a breakfast person, but that has totally changed over the years. Our cortisol levels are highest when we first wake up. And when we have low blood sugar, it produces cortisol in our bodies. And so think, you've gone all night without eating, and that in turn is going to trigger the release of cortisol. But when we prolong that past our sleeping period, then we are heightening even more cortisol in our body. And it is one of the biggest stressors that we put on our bodies when we skip breakfast. You typically want to eat within the first hour of waking up, and when we don't, then that's when our body triggers for more cortisol, which just wreaks havoc on our bodies because we don't want high levels of cortisol all the time. And like I said, to begin with, cortisol affects our thyroid, and over time, this is going to have a detrimental effect on our thyroid, which is another reason there are so many thyroid diseases in the world today. Number 2 is going to be coffee on an empty stomach. Now, I know you might be thinking, wait a minute, I thought coffee boosted our metabolism. Well, it does, but that is when we have food in our system, that it is proactive. When we don't have any food in our system, we are not doing our body any justice. So instead of boosting our metabolism, we end up boosting our cortisol levels. Again, like I said, cortisol is going to be that main thing that affects our metabolism. We don't want high cortisol, we want a high metabolism. So if you're going to drink coffee, make sure you do it after you eat something. And it doesn't have to be a lot, but you want some food in your stomach so that we can bring those cortisol levels down. And then the coffee can do what it's meant to do. It will boost our metabolism and not boost our cortisol. That is what you want. Number 3 is going to be working out on an empty stomach, and I, again, am guilty of doing this. I know this can be extremely hard for some of us, especially if the only time you can get to the gym is first thing in the morning. I am a certified personal trainer, and I used to work in a gym, and I would have to get up at 3:30 in the morning, and I would work out, I'd train the classes, and I would not eat breakfast. So when you work out in the morning, again, we are kickstarting our metabolism, which is a good thing when we have food to nourish it, to get that metabolism going, for our body to do something with that boost in metabolism. So even if it's just a protein shake or something light and quick that you can grab, do it. It's going to make a world of difference. Don't work out on an empty stomach. And again, I know this can be hard, especially like for me. I know if I eat before I work out, I can feel lethargic or like I want to puke, but that is why protein smoothies are my go-to, because it is easily digestible. It doesn't make you feel all those yucky feelings. It's just a liquid in your stomach doing its good stuff, and you can still get your workout on and feel amazing. So the reason this happens if we work out on an empty stomach is, again, it triggers the cortisol response because we are sending our bodies into overdrive to find stored energy instead of the food that we've eaten earlier in the day. So again, our body just freaks out, it stresses out, and it goes into overdrive mode, and again, extra cortisol. If you could take a quick second and smash that subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it. Let's dive right into some more tips. All right, my number 4 is going to be not including strength training or resistance training. Now, strength training and resistance training does not have to be lifting weights. You don't have to think like you're going heavy at the gym. That's not what I'm talking about. It can be a multitude of things. It can be yoga. It can be Pilates. It can be swimming. It can be hiking. It can be really any form of exercise that is going to strengthen your muscles, challenge you, and stretch you out. I can't stress enough how important it is, not just for our metabolic health, but for our overall health, to be incorporating strength training and resistance training. Lean muscle is our friend when it comes to our metabolism. And ladies, I know a lot of women think that if we lift weights, if we strength train, that we're going to get bulky, but we honestly are not built that way. It's not going to happen unless you are extremely intentional about wanting to be big and bulky. When we build lean muscle, we are upping our basal metabolic rate, our BMR, and this is going to help boost our metabolism. And like I said, it's good for our overall health. It helps our body just in general function way better. It's good for your metabolism. It's good for your hormone health. It's good for blood sugar regulation and so much more. So find something you think you'll enjoy that you can do to strengthen your body, to build that lean muscle and create positive habits around it. Make it a part of your daily routine. Key to that is stay consistent, stay the path. It's okay to not be consistent every once in a while. It happens, but don't let it just disappear from your life. Make it a consistent habit that you keep up with. And last but not least, we have number 5, which is going to be poor sleep. I think this is the most underrated thing when it comes to our health. Poor sleep doesn't just make us tired and irritable, it does affect our glucose metabolism. And it also affects our hunger signaling. We have hormones called ghrelin and leptin. And these have everything to do with our body functioning properly as far as letting us know if we're hungry or not. So poor sleep or not enough sleep are going to cause these hormones to be out of whack, which means that if we're full, we're not going to feel full, or if we've eaten enough food, we're still going to feel hungry, and it's just going to be a roller coaster of how we feel around food. And also it makes us not make the best food choices either, because we're hungry, we're tired, we're irritable, we're looking for energy, and so we just don't make the best choices, and our body is not signaling us the proper way that it should be. So if this is something that you didn't know, or that you know that you need to change, then try to incorporate healthy sleep habits. If you'd like to know more, I'd be happy to post a video on it. There are lots of things that we can do to increase our quality of sleep. All right, well, that is it for today's video. Those are the 5 topics that I wanted to touch on that have to do with how you might be killing your metabolism. I hope you found this educational, inspirational, and inspiring. And as always, if you have any other tips or tricks or information that you would like to share, or even just your opinion, feel free to leave it in the comments. I would love to know what you think. But that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you stay happy, stay healthy, and have a very blessed one. Until next time, have a great day. Bye.